This is how they get the word out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the radio station. But of course, in the novel, it's a Christian radio station. And the guy who runs it is a total drug addict, insane maniac. But his name is still Phil Bushy. Tip you with $1.
There's a lot of great vinyl in here.
Or maybe not so much.
So they can't. The signal can get out to the folks under the dome, but it can't get out beyond that, right?
Yeah, they're not even supposed to be getting any broadcasts from outside the dome. But Dodie has got this engineering degree. Well, she's 3 credits short, but she's got an engineering thing going on, and she creates a gadget where she can pull in reception from the Army and the armed forces that are surrounding the dome.
That's a neat trick. How does she do that?
Through the magic of narration.
So were you involved in these sets at all?
No, I really wasn't. That's the kind of thing, I have a tendency to stay out of it. The set designer took me through everything before they started filming. I was here the first couple of days, and I'm always just amazed. This is the way it looks. I own 3 radio stations, and this is the way a control room is supposed to look. But ours is a lot nicer because they keep asking me for more money at the radio station. But this is pretty close to it, yeah. Well, you know what I wonder is whether or not they've got permission to use all these. I see Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
That's a real group.
Yeah.
So
Well, these are all real groups. Yeah. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah. Well,
There's Glenn Hansard over there, and
Yeah.
Dr. Dog, and
yeah. But when did you ever see Toxic Waffle?
no, I haven't seen Toxic Waffle.
No.
Have you?
No, not me.
You haven't had a chance yet.
I just.
Got all their albums though.
I'm working on a book where a guy plays rhythm guitar in a group called Patsy Cline's Lipstick.
I like that name.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
You get to come up with all those. That's a fun. That's
That's
thing.
the fun part of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. See, Anthony, guys like you are stuck with the truth. And if you don't tell it, then you get in trouble.
Right. You can make it all up.
I can make everything up. Except I did have fun with Under the Dome because I got to put real news people in. And believe me, I would have concentrated on CBS news people if I'd known it was going to be a CBS series. But there are a lot of other people, like we won't mention, like Wolf Blitzer. And
You're executive producer of this series.
I am.
What does that mean?
Well, I think it means that I will be a nice guy and give them pretty much carte blanche when it comes to taking my situation and expanding it. And every now and then I get the scripts ahead of time, and if I see something that I want to make a note on, they've been very good and they've incorporated some of my ideas. And eventually I'd like to write a script the same way that George Martin did for Game of Thrones. Because, you know, obviously it's not quite the same as my book, but the major set pieces are there and the situation is what matters. And then you can do pretty much anything with it that you want.
Right. And you, I mean, we talked about this a little bit up in Maine, but you resist the idea to interfere in these projects.
Pretty much, yeah. With Under the Dome's a little bit different because my name's on the credits, and so I should have some input into what they're doing, and they understand that that's part of the deal. So I think of myself as part of the creative team on this project, but I don't always because I see writing books as my major job.
Right. Although it ends up, I mean, you've obviously had problems with some of the movies they've made.
No, because the books continue to exist and the movies disappear into some dusty DVD library.
Right.
Every now and then they get resurrected on Turner Classic Movies or something, but mostly the books have longer lives, so it doesn't really bother me that much.
Right.
Some of the movies are just awful, but a lot of them have been pretty good.
Right.
So
you don't worry about a movie ever sort of damaging your name?
not as long as I don't write Showgirls 2. I think I'll be okay.
I'd be interested in seeing your Showgirls too, though.
Well, they'd probably turn out to be cockroaches from Arcturus or something if I wrote it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's not a bad idea, is it?
No.
No.
I'll look for that in a theater near me. Where is the jail?
Probably not. More direct to video on that one.
And so where are we now?
Well, this is the jail. This is the Chester's Mill Jail. It's under the police station. and it's not very welcoming. But in the first episode, it's quiet, you can say that. So in the first episode, the sheriff, this is where he comes to take his naps. And then in later episodes, we see other characters in here. You can sit down, nobody will, lock us in.
I'm worried about that.
They might, yeah, they might. You might want to be worried.
Although
But you see, it all looks so real until you actually tap on it and realize it's. But there isn't much in the way of bathroom facilities in here, and the plumbing is terrible. But because it's network TV, you see there's no graffiti on the walls or anything that you have to worry about.
That's true.
But this is the magic of show business, and I love this, because once they get the lights on and the cameras move, it all looks real.
Yeah.
It's make-believe, and that's what I spent my life doing.
Do you wish you'd been more involved in making movies?
No.
No.
No, I think that, in Carney lingo, making movies is a butcher's game. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of cutting, and I can do everything myself. When I write a book, I run all the special effects, and I never have to hold a roll because there's a plane overhead. So it's a great way to earn a living. But I love movies. I grew up.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that as a writer, I'm one of the first generation where our entertainment, our fiction, first came from film and from TV rather than from books. Although there were plenty of books in my house too.